Alright, so now I'm going to give you guys a quick rundown of how you use iTeacherBook. So basically it's an iPad app and I have an iPad here. What happens when you open it up is you'll see your calendar, a section over here which is your monthly calendar, then it has your daily calendar over here. Since it is Sunday, it's telling me that I have a day off, which is really nice. You'll see here that there's a blank space here. This is where all of your items come up. You flip to the next day here. Let's see if I can get it to flip. I have my fictitious class, which is Intro to Infotech 9 here, and basically what I've done is that I've made a class A and a class B, and my class A and B both run on Mondays, and then my class A is just on Wednesday, and then my class B is on Friday, is how I set it up, I'm pretty sure. And then basically tomorrow, personally, I have a project critique due and a midterm due. So basically you can see here that I have an intro here and I have all my attendance here. So I can go through and I can click through and they can have present, they can be absent, they can be late, or they can be excused. Basically how you set it up is you just go into your planner here. You can choose to add a new class here, and I have my classes set up here, and then you can put in assignments here. So I have a travel brochure, a country profile, PowerPoint, and a website design. My travel brochure was due last Friday, and I've given it to all 7 of my students. I've also marked it and given it back to them, which is very nice. They have an option here that says send to students, and basically what it is it brings up an email with what the assignment is. The bad part about this is that it doesn't actually have a section for you to attach any assignments. So unless you're willing to copy and paste your whole entire assignment into this one email, which you can't really copy and paste from the app anyways, this feature is basically useless for me because I wouldn't be sending my students just a simple email. I would actually want to give them more of the rubric. That's a little bit disappointing about the app. Everything else I really like. You can go in here, and when it says given to 7 students, you can give your students a grade. I have all mine set up on points, and their points are out of 100. So every one of their assignment is basically out of 100. So if we give them 65 points, say we give to Brad, we go back here and we'll give Caitlin an 85 here. When we look at them here as well, it starts to show up here. Right? What we can do here is we can look here, we can show their grade, and their grade is basically, it shows all of the things that you've graded. In my actual class here, where I have my assignments, no, where is it? Let's see. In here, I have my classes all weighted. And what I've done is I've given, those are all of the things that I will be giving for the class. So right now there's a travel brochure beside the travel brochure. And that means that they have completed at that assignment. And you can see at the bottom there, it adds up for you what you want to do. And basically what I've done is I've just split it up into how I would have split up my actual grade 9 class. For the time that I was teaching them at least. And then basically I just graded their stuff based on how I had it. And then yeah, so it's kind of a simple app to use. You can show it by status, you can show it by what course you have. So if I had more courses, the assignments would come up under here, or you can show it by due date. So it's showing that my travel brochure was due last week. You can also go into your students and you can see that Brad here, he has 2 out of 2 attendance. This person here has 1 out of 1, 1 out of 1, 1 out of 0 out of 1, and you can see what they were. So on this day they were excused from class. So there's lots of different things that you can do here, which is kind of nice if you're keeping your own records, because then you can keep track of a student on your own time, not necessarily on what the school is saying. Then you can go in here and there's lots of settings that you can play around with. It also links to my iOS calendar, which is my actual iPad calendar, which is nice because then if I don't necessarily want to see what my students are doing, I can just look at that calendar for my personal. But that's also nice to have integrated into my school calendar because then I can see what's going on in my personal life as well as my school life. There is also the option to have it passcode locked, which is nice. All of your data is synced, so this can also go to your iPhone as well, and that's a really great thing for me because I travel a lot because my family lives all over Alberta, and so I tend to travel on my weekends off. And it would be really nice if I could take my iPad with me instead of, my huge marking book that I had for when I actually had a classroom of my own. Basically, everything's really simple to create. You just go to the plus sign in all of the fields. You choose your assignment. You can choose what course it's for. So if you had more courses listed there, you can basically just go in. You can set a due date. You can have notifications sent to you. You can choose your due date on a calendar, which is really nice. You can set it for the next class or a few classes from now. You can also do in here. You can, where is it? You can go in here, and you can print an attendance report that shows your students and where they were, or whether they were present or absent, late or excused, and that'll print out, that'll export into either Word or into Google Docs as well. You can also do a grades report. So right now there's only 2 students that have the grade, right? But when everybody else gets graded and when it goes further, it'll print that off for you. Get you a better screenshot of that there. Hopefully it'll go a little clearer. No. Anyways. So there we go. So that's how you use that there. And basically, the thing that I really like about this is I find that the user interface is very simple to use. I like the look of it. I really like things that look clean and neat, and I tend not to use things if they're too confusing for me or if they're dull and boring. So this one, I really like the look of it. I know that shouldn't really be the precedence for using a organizer like this, but at the same time, I just know myself, and I know that if I don't like the look or the feel of something, I'm just simply not going to use it. So with iTeacherBook, I really like it. Some of the things that it's missing, it doesn't have, like I said again with the assignments, you can send the assignment out to students, but it is just a simple email. I would like some Dropbox integration, maybe even Evernote. I know a lot of people are doing Evernote, and I would like to see that integrated so that you can open up something in Evernote and send it through your iTeach. There is talk about this app being linked with the iStudios app, which is the student version of this app, and that I think would be really cool. So basically, overall, I really like this app. I think it's a great app for teachers. I think it's really nice, really organized. If you like to use techie things like I'm finding that I do like to use, it's a great app for that. I like that I can keep a track of my students on my own attendance thing. I like that I can keep track of where my projects are, what I need to mark, where I need to get back to my students. You can change here. It says assignment created. You can do assignment available to students, submitted by students, already graded, given back to students. So you as a teacher yourself can keep yourself up on track. And basically, this is a fantastic app. I really enjoy it. I like using it. I would use it definitely for my classroom. The downsides, they're not huge downsides for me because right now I use Dropbox, so I just share everything via Dropbox with my students. I notice that a lot of people are doing Evernote, and I can't wait to see those projects. So maybe I'll be learning how to use Evernote quickly. All right, well, thanks for listening, guys. Bye-bye.